Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're taking a look at the psychological thriller Black Swan, starring Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis. And stay tuned for a bonus story as we take a look at the Swan Hotel located in Walt Disney World. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. Now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering Black Swan. This movie was released on September 1st, 2010. It was directed by Darren Aronofsky. The screenplay was by Mark Heyman, Andrew Hines, and John McLaughlin. The production companies were Course Creek Pictures, Protozoa Pictures, Phoenix Pictures, and Dune Entertainment, and it was released by 20th Century Fox's Fox Searchlight Pictures. The budget for this movie was $13 million, and it did a box office return of $329.3 million. But let's take a look at the production. So when Darren Aronofsky first became interested in ballet when his sister studied dance at the High School of Performing Arts in New York. The original screenplay was called The Understudy, which was about an off-Broadway actors being haunted by a double. Aronofsky would hire screenwriters to rewrite the script and include the Swan Lake as the backdrop event of the film. He would also call Black Swan a companion piece to his other film, The Wrestler. So Natalie Portman was approached about being in the film in 2000, and Portman wanted to be in the film very badly. Portman would also recommend her friend Mila Kunis to be in the film, and then both actresses would actually train for 6 months and before they started their filming to obtain the body and the muscle tone for professional dancers. Portman would actually work out 5 hours a day doing ballet, cross-training, and swimming, and a few months she would also include choreography training. Kunis would also do choreography and Pilates 7 days a week for 5 to 6 hours a day. So let's take a look at the cast that we have. So we have Natalie Portman, who plays Nina Sayers, Mila Kunis, who plays Lily, Vincent Cassel, who plays Thomas Leroy, Barbara Hersey, who plays Erica Sayers, and Winona Ryder, who plays Elizabeth Bess McIntyre. So in terms of the plot, Nia is a ballerina in the New York City Ballet Company whose life, like all of those in her profession, is totally consumed with dance. She lives with her obsessive former dancer mother, Erica, who exists suffocating control over her. When artistic director Thomas Leroy decides to replace his prima ballerina, Beth McIntyre, for the opening production of his new production of Swan Lake, Nina is his first choice. But Nina has a competition, a new dancer named Lily, who impresses Leroy as well. Swan Lake requires a dancer who can play both the Black Swan and the White Swan, and both start to totally consume Natalie Portman, or Nina, sorry. As the two young dancers expand their rivalry into a twisted friendship, Nina begins to get more in touch with her dark side, a recklessness that threatens to destroy her. So in terms of the legacy, the movie would hold its world premiere at the 67th Vienna Film Festival on September 1st, 2010. The film would receive a standing ovation, and the film would be chosen to open the festival over The American, starring George Clooney. The film would also be part of the Teletoon Film Festival, the Toronto Film Festival, the New Orleans Film Festival, Austin Film Festival, and the BMI London Film Festival. So this was, when they used the term festival circuit, this one made the rounds. The film would actually receive 5 Academy Award nominations for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Choreography, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, and Natalie Portman would win for Best Actress. So would I recommend this movie? I think this is a great psychological thriller. Definitely kind of keeps you guessing throughout the entire time. I'm not going to spoil the ending for you, but I love that twist at the end that you don't see coming. but it also allows you to rewatch it and kind of pick up on the things that you miss. I think Natalie Portman does a really good job. I think also Mila Kunis does a really good job. Mila Kunis, which is mostly known for comedy at this point, does a really good job with that kind of dramatic, kind of thriller aspect of the movie. So definitely recommend this movie, as I think it's enjoyable. Fair warning, it is rated R, as there is some definitely some gore scenes to it as well. So, but for those adult audiences, I think this is one that you'll really enjoy. So as we take a look at our bonus story, we're going to take a look at the Disney World Swan Hotel. This hotel is located in Orlando, Florida, in Walt Disney World, between Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. It is across from its sister resort, which is the Walt Disney World Dolphin Hotel. And this is actually a partner hotel. It's operated by Marriott International, and was opened in response to a complaint that Walt Disney World was lacking actually in convention center hotels. The resorts were designed by Michael Graves and was designed as part of a joint venture between Disney and Tishman, MetLife, and Starwood, which would merge into Marriott in 2019. So in terms of the history of the Swan Hotel, during the early 80s, Disney was in the middle of a cash crunch, and in which management decided that the best option would be for a hotel expansion for Walt Disney World. Disney would partner with property developers and hotel companies who would take on the cost and the risk of building and managing hotels without Disney having to risk anything on their own end. In 1985, Tishman, who had previously been the general contractor of Epcot, decided to partner with Disney. The deal is that Tishman would build the Sheraton and the Crowne Plaza on the outskirts of Walt Disney World, while Disney agreed that no new hotels would be built on property, just on the outskirts. If we take a flash forward, though, to the mid-1980s, where Disney was in a much better financial position, Michael Eisner was frustrated that Disney was losing actually a lot of business to large Orlando area hotels that would offer large convention space. So during this time as well, Tishman was actually worried that Disney would back out of their investment in terms of exclusive hotel development, because Disney was doing a lot better as a company. And they actually filed a $1.3 billion lawsuit seeking damages, and the fact that Disney canceled the Sheraton and the Holiday Inn. The 2-year legal battle, though, ended in a settlement where Disney and Tishman would form a joint venture with Starwood and investors Ecoy and MetLife to build 2 large hotels with convention center space. The deal would be that Disney would have final say over the design of the hotel, and Tishman would have a 99-year lease on a hotel within walking distance to Epcot. So the hotel opened, and then in 2008, actually, because the hotel was so successful, the hotel was actually awarded a One Palm designation for its efforts for its green practices. So it's kind of a long, convoluted story, but basically Disney and Tishman partnered to develop this hotel, and Disney would have the say over the look of the hotel, but Tishman would operate it. So in terms of the hotel itself, the hotel has 2 lap pools and a grotto pool with a water slide and a waterfall. The hotel also features a spa, an arcade, and a daycare program. So the appeal of this hotel is it's actually walking paths, and both transportations are available to both Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. And it has various dining options, and they include the Il Molino New York Terracotta and Kermacos for fine dining, and then for for kind of more casual dining, they have the Garden Grove, as well as the Splash Pool Bar and Grill for casual dining. So I've never stayed in here, but I have eaten at the Il Milano, New York. It's one of the best restaurants that I've ever had at Disney World. Definitely recommend if you get a chance to eat there. And this one, I like that Disney is kind of catering towards different aspects of the convention center space. So it kind of brings in more guests from different parts of the world. So if you ever get a chance to stay there, definitely recommend it. It is a very beautiful hotel, at least from the outside and the inner lobby, from what I've seen. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would love for anyone to leave a comment on what they think of Black Swan. If you loved it or you hate it, please let me know. As well as if anyone has stayed at the Swan Hotel, would love to hear what your thoughts are, kind of like your mini review. So as we look forward to our next episode, we're going back into the world of Marvel as we take a look at the sequel, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.